This is the most important year for Bitcoin that has ever existed. We are probably days away from a series of ETFs being approved. And so this is the moment for Bitcoin to use that old term, cross the chasm, and really see mainstream adoption, where our parents and our grandparents understand what it is, can buy it, and then do buy it. And I think that if all of this comes to pass, Bitcoin will be a part of the traditional financial lexicon by the end of 2024. So that is my most anticipated.
Crypto family, what is going on? As you just saw right there, that was Chamath talking about Bitcoin is getting ready to cross the chasm. And you can see right here, this is from Luke. He says, crossing the chasm is another useful framework for analyzing technological inflection points. The chasm is that massive gulf at just above 10% adoption that represents how adoption shifts from early adopters to the early majority. So early adopters is like that first 10% of people who get in. Then you have the early majority. They're riding that wave up. And then you kind of get the laggards and the late majority at the end. So right now, believe it or not, you are still in the early adopters camp of Bitcoin because of these ETFs that are coming. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing why this Bitcoin ETF and all these ETFs that are coming are going to really be massive for Bitcoin over the next couple of years. So make sure to stay tuned for the rest of the information in today's video. A lot of useful info here. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We have new crypto, Bitcoin, and financial related content coming out every single day. Let's go ahead and jump into this recent news. So the SEC, if they do approve these Bitcoin spot ETFs this week, they could start trading as soon as the next business day. So we've seen a lot of people say if the Bitcoin ETFs come out, we might have to wait a month before they're trading. But now we're starting to see reports that, hey, we could see these as soon as the next day. So that's just a heads up. If we do get that approval, we could see them trading very, very soon. And then also check out all these ETFs that are coming. We have one from Grayscale, ARK, iShares, Bitwise, Vanek, WisdomTree, Invesco, Fidelity, Valkyrie, Hasdex, and Franklin. So a lot of different ETF filers coming. And one thing to think about here is all these guys are going to be competing for people to put money in their Bitcoin ETF. So we're going to see a lot of marketing from these different companies trying to get others to invest in their Bitcoin ETF. And it's going to be crazy the amount of marketing that you're going to see for Bitcoin, which we've never seen that before in the past. We've never seen a lot of marketing for Bitcoin. I mean, sure, back in 2021, we saw a lot of those crypto commercials, especially like during the Super Bowl. We've never have seen marketing for just Bitcoin. And we're going to be seeing that over the next couple of years as these filers compete with one another to try to get people's money inside of their ETF. Along with the halving coming in April, it's just going to be more demand with less supply on the market. It's something that could really just push Bitcoin's price higher and higher going into 2024. And this is from Vanek. They say that they're going to donate 5% of all of their Bitcoin ETF profits to the Bitcoin core dev. So all their profits is actually helping Bitcoin directly by investing back into the developers that build out the Bitcoin base layer. That is really good to see. So a lot of money just coming back into the Bitcoin ecosystem. And outside of the marketing that we're going to see and people investing their own money into these ETFs and companies investing their own money into these ETFs and Bitcoin going mainstream, we're also going to see the applicants themselves start to buy Bitcoin. There have been rumors and there have been sources saying BlackRock has lined up $2 billion for their Bitcoin ETF launch. That is a lot of money going into Bitcoin. And I know this might not seem like a lot of money going into Bitcoin when you look at the market cap. I believe it's around $700 billion. But there's a multiplier effect. When you have actual money hitting Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, taking it off the exchanges, this isn't just going to add $2 billion to the market cap of Bitcoin. It's going to add a lot more because there's a multiplier effect. And a number we see a lot on Twitter, on YouTube in the crypto space is 21 times. So if you do 21 times 2 billion, around $42 billion, that will be the effect on the market cap of Bitcoin. Don't quote me on that. That might not be the right multiplier. There are a lot of different sources that say different things. I've seen people say there's an 100 multiplier effect. So it'd be 200 billion for $2 billion going into ETF, but that is just yet to be seen. Just all this money coming in, though, is definitely going to potentially lift that price higher. And as I was talking about marketing earlier, we've seen commercials already come out from, it's just hash decks. So we're going to see more and more commercials about Bitcoin, trying to get people to invest into their ETF. And that's, like I said, that's something we haven't seen for Bitcoin ever before. And there's going to be millions and millions and millions of dollars spent on marketing over the next couple of years to promote Bitcoin and to get people to understand what Bitcoin is. So that's really going to be huge for Bitcoin going forward. And then outside of all the ETF stuff that is coming very soon, there's a lot of other catalysts that could potentially send Bitcoin skyrocketing over the next couple of years. So this is from Hal Finney. A lot of people believe that Hal is actually Satoshi himself. He's one of the first people to work on Bitcoin. Satoshi actually sent the first Bitcoin transaction to Hal Finney. And he's talking about here how banks could use Bitcoin to back their bank. So they'd have their own digital cash and it'd be redeemable for Bitcoins. And he talks about Bitcoin itself cannot scale to have every single financial transaction in the world be broadcast to everyone and included in the blockchain. So he's saying there needs to be like some type of secondary level. We've seen the Lightning Network for Bitcoin, so they're trying that. And he's saying that Bitcoin-backed banks solve these problems. They can work like banks did before nationalization of currency. Different banks can have different policies, some more aggressive, some more conservative. Some would be a fractional reserve, while others may be 100% Bitcoin-backed. Interest rates may vary. Cash from some banks may trade at a discount to that from others. So basically, it'd be kind of like when we had gold-backed dollars. The Bitcoin-backed banks would actually hold the Bitcoin, and if you redeem cash, that cash would be redeemable for a portion of BTC. So that could be something that could really be huge in the future. And I think that if we do start to see banks become Bitcoin-backed, that could be another huge pillar, like the Bitcoin ETF, over the next couple of years. And then here's a Reddit thread that I thought I wanted to show you guys, because there's just more and more people who are really like going all in on Bitcoin. Michael Saylor is not the only person doing that. There's people like you and me. The Bitcoin bros have definitely gone all in on Bitcoin, but there's more people out there. This person says, I went all in on Bitcoin with my life savings and retirement accounts. GBTC back in August 2023. He's saying it's the best decision of his life. He's already doubled his money. He may be able to retire early. And, there's a lot of people who are saying the exact same thing. This guy is saying, I have the most exposure I could have with an outlook of 2 to 10 years. So he's basically all in. This person here says, I'm only 3 to 4 years from a traditional retirement. I have quite a large traditional bag created over 35 years. But recently, around a year ago, he moved 5% of that into Bitcoin. And he's saying that his Bitcoin is now 10% of his traditional. So we're seeing people actually like buy into Bitcoin slowly but surely. Even some of the older folks who have, worked their entire lives and have bigger traditional bags. And then you can see this comment here. This actually really sums it up. I actually didn't mean to click that, but if you go here, he says, people in 2017 invest in Bitcoin only what you afford to lose. People in 2024 keep in your bank account only what you afford to lose. So that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a complete trend change when it comes to BTC. So let me know what you guys think about this Bitcoin ETF. It's probably coming tomorrow or Wednesday or Thursday. Sometime this week, it sounds like it's going to come. We may get a denial. Denial seems very unlikely at this point. But once we get it, there's going to be a lot of hype. There's going to be a lot of volatility. Definitely be careful out there. Don't use a lot of leverage. Don't get liquidated. So just enjoy the ride this week. It's going to be real fun. It's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out. That's really all I had for today's video. Make sure to hit that like button if you found any value from today's video. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.